Now, when you log into M&A and you look at the billets that are available, I want you to look at the rates that are one pay grade higher than what you are currently, right? Think of it this way. Every billet is now an A2P, or advancement to position billet for you. Whereas before there was a certain categorization you had to look for A2P, not the case anymore. Everything's A2P. Any billet that exists in the next higher pay grade in your rating is available to you to apply for, as long as you have that DMEI established, which again, you get through the RKE as long as you pass that and you meet all the other eligibility criteria. Of course, we usually focus on what that billet is and where it is and where geographically it's located, right? Like, we want to know, am I going to be working as, if I'm a ABH, for example, am I going to be working on flight deck or in the hangar bay? Am I going to be on a carrier or an amphib? Or am I going to be in Norfolk, San Diego, or overseas, or somewhere else, right? But there's one column that you really need to pay attention to that we don't always look at, and that's the one that says APP. That stands for applications. That number indicates how many other candidates have applied for that same billet. So think of it this way, and this is a crude example, so forgive me, but bear with me. Let's say you are paying into a 50-50 raffle at a high school football game, all right? Of all the tickets that go into that fishbowl, how many tickets get pulled out? One, right? That's how it works for the billets that you're applying for. Only one person can get a billet. We can't have two people sitting in the same billet. It's not how it works. In order for you to be anywhere in the Navy, there has to be a billet for you to fill. So when you're applying for those orders in my Navy assignment, have that frame of mind. There are 30 people applying for going to this carrier in San Diego, but only one of those 30 people is going to be that person, right? Now, I want you to look at other billets on that list that you can tolerate. They don't have to be your first choice, right? But if there's something else that you can tolerate on that list that has fewer applications, that means you've got a higher chance of getting selected. And that means if you are the only person that applies to a billet, guess where you're going? It doesn't matter what the other places you applied for are. If you're the only applicant, you are the one that's going. As long as you qualify for it and the cost is right and you meet the criteria for it, congratulations, that's where you're going.